This is Richard back at you guys. Today we're working on Frankie and Rhonda from McLean, Texas. We're working on their Duramax with an Allison 3/4 ton. It's got a Borg Warner transfer case in it that they're having problems with. It's a 2008. Now we've already took some bolts out to make it a little bit faster, but what we have here is our, this is a manual system. So what we have here is our switch. It activates the differential, turns the lights on in the dash, stuff like that. Tells the computer that you have a four-wheel low range, high-low range, and stuff like that. Basically pushes a little ball in here. 3 connector wires here. And we have our output speed sensor here. Have a little O-ring on it, right there. O-ring will go all the way up to the end right here though. Now this thing is making a little bit of noise. Now we're doing this on like a carry-out basis. That type of thing, they brought it to us, they'll go and install it back. Now like I said, this is a Allison, behind an Allison transmission, really big output shaft here, really big shaft going into the front of it here. Everything's totally different about this unit when you start speaking Allison and diesel. So we've got all of our bolts out, I believe, all the way around it. See if we can get kind of wedged in somewhere here and start getting this apart. They say they brought it to us, so we don't know what's going on. We have a snap ring down here that goes into a support bearing that keeps everything from rocking back and forth. Sometimes it's a little rough to get out. Of course, nothing's easy anymore. Come on, almost there. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Kind of turn this so we can kind of see things a little bit. And we definitely have a lot of metal in here. See all the metal. Some bearings here. Have a big bushing down here in the bottom. Have our snap ring here that I had my pliers through the case. Now the snap ring comes in here and grabs this bearing right here and then keeps everything from moving back and forth. Okay, and we have an oil pump here. Let me look down in there. It don't look good, very good. Let me get some different pliers real quick. I think I gave them to Cody a minute ago. Yep. We've been tearing down cores for a couple of days trying to get all the metal out of them and stuff like that. The girls tore a lot of them down already in the early videos, and then me and Cody and Trent are cleaning all the metal out of them so we can get our prime money out of them. Metal's up right now and stuff, so. Makes you wonder if this run out of oil the way it feels on the inside, because we got some, looks like we got some pretty good carnage in here. Bearing here. Snap ring groove goes out. And then we're going to have another snap ring here. These two snap rings here are the same. They're identical, so they'll go either direction, or either one. And we have our reluctor wheel for our output speed sensor. It'll go either direction too. Okay. Now we have our pump here. See, the suction part of the pump is all stopped up with gray type metal. Like I say, you might be able to take this apart and clean this, look at it, make sure it's good, or you might just have to totally replace it. So these are very expensive transfer cases to mess with. Very expensive. Anytime you say diesel, I mean, it's just expensive. Now we have a spacer here that went here that goes either direction. Doesn't matter how it goes. And we have our chain. Now we're driven sprocket. This is our drive, this is our driven. This one, in other words, this one here turns that one. We have a big wide chain. Now you can tell here your links are different colors. We have 2 different colors here. And what they do is, that's for identification, plus your VIN number, stuff like that. They might ask you the width of it, how many colored links you have, if you're looking for a chain. Get this out of here. Kind of looks like this thing probably got run out of oil. Now what we got here, our range sun gear that puts it in 4-wheel low, activates your planet and stuff. Here you can see it's just all melted. Usually that's what it looks like when you run them out of oil. And you have another one here. You can see this one here has inserts on it that we can replace if you can still get them. Now we'll be checking, see if we can get a complete overhaul kit for this thing. And of course you want to get in here and look in here, because right here you have your Synchro assembly, and then also this gear right here runs, it can run metal to metal, it can run bearings. And you want to look at this really good here, because this is where you can see a lot of wear if you run it out of oil. Especially if you're in 2-wheel drive and this gear is physically spinning on the shaft at full speed going down the highway. You have your blocking ring for your Synchro assembly. Have a spacer here. Looks like it'll go either direction. Some nice looking roller bearings in here. Definitely want to look at these and make sure they're not all pitted up. Come in here and look at this shaft. Get the other part of the Synchro ring out of here. This is like a 2-stage system. You have an inner ring, and then you have your physical blocking ring here, and then you have your outer ring here. You have a clutch here, clutch on the inside. Instead of like, some transfer cases physically have a ring like this here. It's just solid brass. Now this actually come out of a top loader of Muncie 4-speed, but a top loader 4-speed out of a Ford Mustang. But your transfer cases have similar things in them too, but the later versions, they moved them to a clutch type system. So pretty neat. You also want to look in here at these little things. Here's your Synchro dogs is what I call them. They got little springs and balls in them right here. You don't want to lose none of them. Your collar. You want to look at your collar. It only goes on one way, and you can see the pointed teeth here. You have blunt teeth here. The pointed teeth will always go towards the gear. That way it can lock on. It'll fit this way too. But it's going to grind like the dickens when you go to put it in there, because it just can't line up. You got blunt going against pointed. Pointed helps it engage. So, this is here. You want to look at this really good where the bearings run. Looks really nice. We can come in here and Scotch-Brite this up, polish it really nice, clean it up. See pieces of our fork here. Got a lot locking down noise in this Planetary, so we definitely want to get it out and inspect it. Hopefully I can do that real easy. This is my special screwdriver I make just for that. But we have a snap ring down in here. You can see that, Cody, right there. That out of there. Now what we're going for is look and see if we got any damage in this planet. Let's see, we have things locking down. It doesn't turn. We want to get in there and look at this parts here really quick and see if we got damage in here and keep our fingers crossed that it's just a piece of aluminum laying down in there that I can pick out. So we're going to have a thrust washer here under this, and then we're going to have another one down in here. So we'll look at these gears really good, because we got a piece of metal somewhere, someplace in these gears. You see something, Cody? It won't turn. It turns so far and stops. So we know we got one wedged in there. Something wedged in one. There's 5 of them. Where's that at? There it is, right there. See that piece of trash wedged in that gear? Right there. Now let's see if it goes all the way around. Okay, it goes all the way around there. So that's good. Really good. So basically, guys, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get on the phone really quick to Raymond at Transtar and get some parts coming for this thing, because it's like 4:35. I mean, so we ain't got much time to order this stuff. But what I'm seeing here is some bearings, some seals, a new tail housing bushing, a new range fork here, a new sun gear here. Clean it up really good. Put some new thrust washers and stuff in it. The Planet's turned out really good. The brake, we'll see if we can get a new one for it. It looks really good still. Got a little bit of roughness here from it being run on the aluminum, but I guarantee you we could Scotch-Brite this up and make this thing look brand new. If the clutch pad looks good too. But we're going to try to find a new one first, because that's just the way we operate. But if something can't be found, this still does look really nice. We possibly can use it back. So, but anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Push the old like button, stuff like that. Cody, I want to thank you definitely for videoing. We really appreciate you for working hard for us. Y'all don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned. Here comes the next one. Have a great day.